What's going on, beautiful people? It is I, your flying locomotive, and faster than a speeding bullet SuperCliff, coming at you live with a brand new video. And for today's majestic and fantastic video, we are hitting the final chapter for the robot revolution, the last dance against everything robotic, with Batman Superman, World's Finest, issue number 17. But before we dive into the action featuring the most iconic superheroes of all time, if you are new to the channel, then smash that like and subscribe button. That way you guys never miss out on anything that happens on this majestic channel. So what are you waiting for? Let's raise the bar and go full on Super Saiyan. Hit that subscribe button. Thus, without further ado, let's get funky with Batman Superman, World's Finest, issue number 17. So our story picks up with Newmazo beating the crap out of Batman, which is so often the case. And now by being essentially a one-man Justice League, Batman is about to suffer. However, that's when the real Supergirl and Martian freaking Manhunter show up to save the Dark Knight by smashing Newmazo with a cliff. But despite saving Batman, their power isn't enough to go head-to-head with Newmazo. And plus, through this brief encounter, the bad guy absorbs their powers, thus making himself even stronger. And so far, nothing seems to be working. Even their plan of trying to get information from Morrow doesn't seem to work. Nothing from Superman to the superhero reinforcements, everything seems to be a lost cause. And to quote Morrow himself, nothing made from today or the future has a chance of stopping Newmazo and his robot's revolution. However, without realizing it, Morrow slipped up. For there is something that can stop Newmazo from taking over. And no, it's not something from today or tomorrow. It's from the past. The Justice League's past. Mazo is the only one who can stop Newmazo. Thus, using Magnus's overriding tech, Batman and Magnus override the original Mazo, turning him over to the good guy's side. Check it. For you see, with Mazo taking on Newmazo head-on, Batman explains that yes, both androids are power-duplicating parasites, and despite Newmazo being smarter, it's hard to do anything when a blunt force of destruction like Mazo is pounding you relentless. Because before the villain can notice, both machines are replicating each other's powers. And it's so much to the point that with their energy building over and over, it's going to essentially shatter them. From there, we see that Newmazo is still functioning, though barely. Like legit, this thing is at like less than 1%. Now, every single hero wants to beat this thing up. They want to turn this thing to dust. But Superman stops everyone. Because remember, Man of Steel is a generous superhero. For this entire arc started with a threat to one of their own. And so it's only fair that the person who gets the chance to land the final blow, well, is Metamorpho. And with that, we see the Element superhero take down the android villain once and for all, while dishing out some corny one-liners. But hey, that can happen to someone who's been framed for murder. From there, we see the aftermath of the robot revolution. Metamorpho's name is cleared, Bruce Wayne is cleared, the Metalmen's fragments were retrieved, and thus Magnus was able to resurrect the Metalmen heroes. And Niles Calder was able to fix Dread Tornado and the Doom Patrol's one and only Robot Man. Now it's here where we see our heroes and Jimmy together on top of the Daily Planet. And we see that Jimmy is bummed because he tried really hard to be a reporter. The evidence showed it was Bruce Wayne who murdered Simon Stagg, and he was so sure about it that he printed an article about it. And now he feels like a failure and afraid of being sued. But that's when Batman shows up and tells Jimmy that Bruce Wayne strikes him as a reasonable man. And that what Jimmy did, regardless whether or not he was wrong, it was the right move. He simply followed the facts. And at the end of the day, that's what reporting is all about. And that, folks, was the end of Batman Superman World's Finest, issue number 17. And thank you guys for checking out my video, as it truly, truly means the world to me. Mark Waid delivers yet another phenomenal ending to a fun arc that started off as a mystery into a holy crap, robots are taking over the world type of story. If there's one person who can do that and make it feel organic and natural, it's Mark Waid. So yeah, bravo to you, you magnificent man. Now, as I've mentioned in my prior reviews for the series, I love the fact that this run isn't some major crisis or a build-up that is super unnecessary like Nick Spencer's Amazing Spider-Man. Because at the end of the day, these are just stories being told with a digestible entry. Whether you're new, old, or burnt out from DC, this series is a great one to keep those fun adventures going for readers who just want stories, something fun and new to jump into without anything philosophical or insanely deep. Now, I think another reason why this book is so successful and why people from all angles of life are loving it, and that's because the book doesn't really concern itself with the current narratives. Now, bear with me for a second, all right? We don't want to start a rally here. I think a lot of things these days, movies, shows, and comics, there's definitely this push of identity politics into these spaces. And this is everyone, you know, right, left, upside down, middle, every direction. Fuck you. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, what, like, there's a message that's kind of being force fed into people's throats. Now, I'm very much a person who believes in equality, like 100%. So if you're a racist or if you're just an asshole, then get the fuck out. But I feel that when movies and TV push forth an agenda, it makes the storytelling of said project feel less authentic. It feels like a check mark kind of like story, if that makes sense. I've noticed it heavily with Marvel and the way the Acolyte Star Wars show is being talked about. No, not by the trolls on the internet, but by the creators. Like, I actually have been like following that show pretty closely, and yeah, there's been some things said I don't agree with. But you know, whether I agree with them or not, by doing that, you're causing discourse. And unfortunately, in this world we live in at the moment, where sides are chosen, there's no gray in between. So, I mean, like, you know, with that said, I think that's another reason why a lot of people from every angle are loving Batman Superman World's Finest. Because I think it comes off like a break, and I think people, including myself, are simply craving for that. You know, just a 5 to 10 minute story that can help you escape from the real world, where heroes in this made-up DC universe from all backgrounds are able to team up and fight a common evil. That's something I think people just need to see. By the way, the next issue, we're supposed to get the return of Boy Thunder, aka Magog. So yeah, I'm pretty hyped for that. The hype train is pumping. So yeah, as always, I'm your majestic sayer of words, SuperCliff. And if you guys are new to the channel, then do me a solid by smashing that like and subscribe button. And also the notification bell so that you'll never miss out on an upload. And so you'll always be kept up to date with your favorite top tier comics happening in the comic book world. Now tell me, what are your thoughts and opinions on this issue? Are you guys excited for issue number 18? Let me know down in the comment section below. And until the next video, peace. Giggity goo.